You know, it was getting hot and then the clowns came out. He's a serial killer. Oh my god, it was so good. Messed up, but also really cool. I am both excited and terrified. What am I actually reading? Some reviews were like, it's Den of Vipers but on crack. The Invisible Man is actually really hot. I don't know what I've gotten myself into. She has summoned the pumpkin. I am mildly traumatized. Hey, I'm Madison Mary. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have the beginning of my Smutathon vlog. So it is Smutathon. This is hosted by Riley and Lainey. I did post a TBR for this week that I'm very excited to go through. I do have 3 books in that TBR that I'm just like, I need to get to this week. And so I'm gonna go through this really quickly. The first one is gonna be the group book, and that is Lady of Rooksgrave Manor, which is a monster reverse harem book. Then we have The Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. This is a serial killer romance. And then we have The Dare by Harley Laroux, and this is a banned book. Like, Amazon banned this book on Kindle. There are other books I plan on reading this week, some alien romances, some other really smutty novellas, some just really dark shit, honestly, is what I'm kind of going for this week, which I've kind of been getting more and more into. So very excited. Don't forget to check out the host channels. Don't forget to check out their like readathon like vlogs. I cannot wait to see what they all read. Yeah, I'm really excited for this vlog, and I'll catch you guys up once I start reading. Okay, goodbye. Hey, okay, so I am currently 41% into the Dare, 41 pages. Actually, it kind of is 41% because there's only 100 something pages. Into the Dare. Just humiliation stuff has gone down so far. I do want to mention some of the kinks, fetishes, and warnings that are inside this. So obviously over 18 BDSM is in this. We have erotic humiliation, degradation, fear play, pain play, knife play, consensual non-consent, orgasm denial, boot worship, spanking, crying, BJs, clowns, group smacks, spit, bondage, public play, and blood play. There's clowns in the kink fetish. Clowns. I don't like clowns. Clowns scare me. I haven't gotten to that yet, and now I'm a little bit like, why is the worst thing on that list clowns? It says a lot about me and what I read. Anyway, so this is takes place 1 year after high school, and it's on Halloween night. Following Jessica, she was the popular girl, the cheerleader. She used to make fun of this guy. His name was Manson all throughout high school. Like, really bullied him, made fun of him, like, kind of like got her boyfriend to like do stuff as well. Like, just wasn't a good person. She knows she wasn't. And then at this new Halloween party, they end up playing Drink or Dare, which is part of like beer pong. And by the end of it, she ends up having to be his slave for the night. And so far there's just been like degradation stuff, so that, you know, the boot stuff, like licking his boots and things like that, and some spanking. Nothing too much, so I'm kind of curious to see where it's going to keep on going. I'm now terrified for how the clowns are going to come in, because, I mean, everything else I was kind of expecting, but I was not expecting clowns. So we'll see. But I do want to mention that she does have a friend when she goes to this party, and her friend's like, hey, you know, you don't have to do this dare, you don't have to be a slave, like, you don't have to do this like weird kind of kinky stuff. And she's kind of like, oh, I don't know, like, I kind of want to see where it goes. And her friend's like, oh, so you're into this stuff? And she's like, I mean, I don't what? And her friend's like, okay, that's fine, like, you do you, just let me know, I'll keep an eye out for you, be safe, okay, bye. And I'm like, we love a positive, non-kink shaming friend. Was not expecting that of her friend. Was expecting her friend to actually be a complete and utter biatch, but she wasn't. She's being very supportive of this. And I'm like, hot damn, that is so lovely. So yeah, gonna continue this. A little bit afraid of where the clowns are gonna come in, but we'll see how it goes. And yes, goodbye.
5 minutes later.
You know, it was getting hot and then the clowns came out. Like, why would you have to ruin a really hot scene with 3 clowns?
A few moments later.
You know what? Not bad. Not bad. I don't love it as much as I loved Games We Play. And I was hoping it would kind of rival it a little bit, but I get why it didn't. The clowns ended up being fine. Just had to forget they were clowns. This actually ended up being really sweet as well at times, and I think it kind of, I don't know, I really liked it. I will admit, I was actually way more afraid going into this. I thought it was going to be a bit more intense than it was. The knife play wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be either. I think it's good. I'm kind of like sad that it got taken off Kindle, because I think so many more people would definitely like this, and it's good. Oh, it's such a build up though. Like, this is such a tease. Like, you gotta wait, bruh. You gotta wait. This poor girl the entire time also has to wait, and it's just this massive slow build up to the final event. Good. So glad we started with this, and great way to start. Okay, goodbye. Hey, okay, sorry about the really crap lighting, but it's like 12:30 at night and like I need to go to bed because I'm actually going into the office tomorrow for the very first time. So yeah, but I did start There Are No Saints tonight. I have been like blasting through it. I've been tabbing it and everything as well. I'm 75% through it, and like I want to keep reading, but I literally need to go to bed or else I'm gonna be so screwed in the morning. But this is so amazing. I wasn't sure, like it started off a little bit more rough because like I just wasn't sure if I was actually gonna feel the romance at all. Like I was like, oh, do I really ship this? Like, am I gonna connect to these characters? Because, you know, our serial killer dude is kind of like a sociopath. Like he doesn't really have many emotions. But then, you know, he does start getting emotions for her, and I'm like, oh my God. And there's like this beautiful cafe scene, and once that cafe scene happens, I was like, oh, I ship this so hard. This is adorable. Then there's the tattoo scene, and oh my God, the tattoo scene was phenomenal. So yes, that's all I want to say for right now. I'll give you guys a proper update on this tomorrow, but like it is amazing. So many great quotes in this. It is very dark, one of her darkest books yet. Especially when it comes to graphicness. Very early on, there's not necessarily, how do I put this? She doesn't self-harm herself in this, but someone does that to her in the beginning. So if that is something that triggers you, please know that before going into this. Because yes, because it is mentioned a couple of times throughout as well. So that is like the main trigger that I think to kind of warn about for this book. I'll explain tomorrow a little bit better by what I mean by this being a serial killer romance. But yes, okay, goodbye. Hey, okay, so like I said last night, I'm going to be telling you guys about There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Literally so excited to finish this, so nervous at the same time. So basically it's about this girl, and she ends up kind of becoming the obsession of this serial killer, and this serial killer also has like a rival serial killer. Like the two of them are always trying to outdo one another, but like we're following Cole Blackwell. He's our main serial killer. He's the one who is Mara's love interest. And then you have Alistair, and he more so sees Cole as a rival than vice versa. Like he's the one trying to outdo Cole. He's the one trying to shove all his stuff in Cole's face. And they're both also artists. So they also are like rivals in the art world as well. And so it's their rivalry, and then how Mara kind of finds herself kind of becoming a player between them by accident. It's not male, female. It's not a love triangle either. It's just the fact that like his rival is just as twisted as he is, and when he starts to see that like Cole has taken like an interest in her, it's like that's where the danger comes in. But a majority of this book is spent with like Mara and Cole and like them forming this really twisted relationship because they both have like darkness in their souls. They both like have things that like kind of messed up about them, and kind of how Cole this entire time has been like a serial, like, you know, he's a serial killer. But he also is just like he's just a very cold and unfeeling person. He's never like, he's always thought of himself as the best. He's kind of like a sociopath in a certain sense. And so when he meets Mara, him kind of like starting to humanize and all those kind of aspects of it. And Mara has been through so much. She has like a lot of trauma in her past, a lot of things that she's gone through mentally, and physically as well, and kind of her now being thrust into this art world because she's also an artist, and Cole ends up taking her on as his like protege to get closer to her. That's kind of what's going on. There's been some really awesome scenes in here, super steamy stuff. Some of it's like a little bit voyeuristic, so if you don't like voyeuristic things, do be aware of that. That is in this book. It really works out well, and it kind of totally plays into like his whole character and who he is, so it totally makes sense, because that's sort of something that I'm always like here for. But like they've had some really sweet scenes together, and I kind of love how he's like falling for her and not like realizing that he's falling for her, and kind of being like confused by like what he's feeling. Really loving it. It's so much fun. Highly recommend it. I am terrified that it's going to end off on a massive cliffhanger, and if it does, you might want to wait until December when the next one comes out because it's a duet. Yeah, that's it, and I'll catch you guys up later. Okay, goodbye. Hello. I am too lazy to try and get you guys good lighting, so this is all you're gonna get from me tonight. I finished There Are No Saints, and oh my God, it was so good. That ending, the way that things come together, delicious. I will admit, I thought it was gonna end on like way worse of a cliffhanger. Like the cliffhanger was really not that bad. Like it just kind of like leaves off with like you wanting more. Like I thought it was going to be like one of those ones where like it ends like in the middle of a scene or something like that. Like, you know, I don't like this lighting. It makes me look all weird and shiny, but whatever. So yeah, really, really enjoyed it. I really hope that we kind of get to see more in the next one, like more of Mara kind of being like a badass and her kind of like engaging in like her darker side, because I definitely think she's gonna want like vengeance and stuff. That last killing though, messed up but also really cool. Like there's just so much uniqueness in this and the way that this was done. Like I never really read a serial killer romance before, and this was just really dope. Like yeah, there's some really messed up shit in this and a lot of trauma. Really, really loved it. I'm still deciding what I'm fully rating it. I think a 4.5 is what I'm gonna give it, but I'm about to pick up the Reaper Incarnate, so I'm gonna pick this up now. It's like 155 pages. It's like 10:30ish at night, so I'm hoping I can get this done, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Mwah. I'm back very quickly because I just read the prologue for this, which is like a page and a bit. And I don't know what I have myself in for with this. Okay, so if you don't know what this is about, it's about a girl. She's a vigilante hit woman lady. She murders, you know, bad men who do like bad shit. And the reason for this is because something happened to her sister, and then what ends up happening is she meets these 4 guys. One of those 4 guys ends up being like the son of the guy at the top of her hit list that she wants to kill, but it ends up being reverse harem. Anyway, so this starts off in the prologue, you know, lets her know that she's like, you know, known as the Reaper, and she's with this guy, you know, giving him some sexual favors, and then she ends up being like, do you know why I'm here? I'm going to give you some guesses. And he's like, I don't understand. And then she just goes, Pachoo! And he dies, but it is actually extremely graphic. Extremely graphic, and I was not expecting that, to the extent that she goes, I reached behind his concave head and pressed my finger into the blood and brain matter mixture on the window. What have I gotten myself into? I am both excited and terrified.
A little later.
I have so many conflicting feelings about this. Like it's so weird and so messed up. Like it's really messed up. But it's also like, she's really cool. She's really cool. The guys are weird. The guys are really weird. I mean, our main dude Xander, not so much, but his 3 friends, they kind of scare me. I'm gonna get back to this, so we'll see. What am I reading? What am I actually reading? I'm like 66% into the Reaper's Incarnate. I'm gonna finish it tonight. It's the next day now. And I'm so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. In the beginning, I feel like it's being racist. And the problem is that like I can't speak because I'm a white bitch. But I feel like in the reverse harem, one of the guys is Mexican, and they, you know, when he's first introduced, he's introduced as the crazy Mexican, and that's not okay. I literally only have like 40 pages left, so I'm going to finish it just to see where it ends up. Mostly, I just want to see this bitch kill the dude, like the main guy who's like the big bitch, like the problem dude. I just want to see if they kill him. I need to know if he dies. I just need to know if he dies. So then like, and like all the like reverse harem-y smexy scenes have just been really uncomfortable. Like I'm not like enjoying them. I'm not enjoying the sexy scenes. I'm like reading them because they're there, but they're making me very uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, like I haven't read many reverse harems. Like I read a lot of polyamorous stuff. I read a lot of male, female, a lot of like all that kind of stuff instead, but I don't necessarily read a lot of reverse harems. It's just like, it's very brutal. And it's not like written in a very tasteful way. Like I love that she's a vigilante, she's really badass, but there's something about the way that this book is just very crude, and it's very much like to the point, and it's just like, it's not my kind of thing. I don't like the way that they're talking about each other. I don't like the way that they're like coming off as like very sex maniac-ish, and it's just not going great. Like I'm reading this book and I'm sitting here and I'm like, what am I doing? Like what am I even reading? Like I'm not enjoying it. I've read kinky shit before. That's been fine. But this kind of kinky shit is not my shit. So, you know, if you love this book, great. I don't. But to make this a little more positive, I have a package. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah, I got this in a medium. Oh, look at it. It's actually, so I got this in a medium, which is a bit larger than I normally get because I wanted this to be like a comfy sleep shirt to like chill around my apartment in, because I've been getting smalls of everything, which are really fun and cute to wear, but I like to like not wear pants in my apartment. And so this is just like a little bit longer so I can wear it like that and just like chill around in my bed in it without pants on. So it's a medium. It says better read than dead. You can still get this on Her Lovely Box's website. You can use my code princess15 for it. It's just super, super soft. I really, really dig this. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hello. Okay, so it's the next day. I did finish last night, the Reaper Incarnate. Didn't update you guys because that ending, if you have read it, the scene where she finally kills like the main dude, because that's not a spoiler, of course she's going to end up killing the guy that she's trying to kill the entire book. There's stuff that happens during that scene that is just very unique. You know, I really have never read anything like this, and I don't regret reading it. Maybe, I don't know, I was looking at reviews and some reviews were like, it's Den of Vipers but on crack, and I was like, way too much for me. I mean, like, it's fine if it's your kind of cup of tea, good for you. I think it just took it a bit too far for myself personally. But I did just start Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. I am 12% in. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my spooky book sweatshirt. Isn't it hilarious? I love it so much. This is from Her Lovely Box, by the way. But I'm 12% in and I'm really liking it. So it's about a girl who becomes a lady at Rooksgrave Manor, and Rooksgrave Manor is kind of like a brothel in a sense. In this, like, there are these different different women who work there, who stay there, and each girl has like a different group of men who are like assigned to her, who are her partners, and these men are all monsters in their own rights. And so it's like very high class, they're all looked after, they're all paid very well, like highbrow escorts almost in a sense. So it's really cool. It does have like a historical gothic feel to it too. But we just met the vampire guy and it seems like he actually can cook. And I'm like, oh my God, a vampire who can cook, that is adorable. And I'm already in love with him, and I've read one page of him. So very excited to keep on going. It's very unique, but it definitely is a lot more tasteful than what I've just been reading. So I'm very excited to keep on going with it, and I'll keep you guys updated. Good morning. Okay, so it's the next day. It is like 11:30 a.m. now. I'm just put on some clothes, washed my face, brushed my teeth, made myself some coffee. So I'm going to continue with Lady of Rooksgrave Manor right now. I got 20% in last night. I'm actually really enjoying it. There's way more plot, way more character development in this than, you know, in this last reverse harem that I read. The Invisible Man is actually really hot. Was not expecting that at all. Like, I thought that was going to be like the weirdest part of this. But like, no, I actually really, really dig the Invisible Man. The way that like that whole scene is just written was really hot. The Sphinx is a bit possessive, so we'll see how his possessiveness goes. The vampire, as you guys know, I love to death. Oh my God, he used to be a French pastry chef. Hello, okay, yum. And then the golem is the golem. Like, he's not really like part of anything yet because like he doesn't really actually understand how to feel or do anything, and he's like learning to like humanize, so that'll be curious. And yeah, I can't wait to see everyone else. We haven't, the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde character hasn't come back in yet, so can't wait for him to come back. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I do have a candle, you can't see it, a candle burning as well, so like I'm getting into the fall festivities and just gonna chill today and enjoy myself. So yeah, that's it. I'll catch you guys up later. Bye. Okay, I am 38% in, and I love this. This scene that just happened has like solidified how much I'm freaking loving this right now, because she just got like injured, so like all her men are now here and like they're all looking after her, all fawning over her, all like, oh my God, I love it so much. And like obviously like Amon, who is our Sphinx, our possessive bra, he like bursts into the room and she's sitting there and she's like, oh shit, my little shit stir is back here now, I gotta make sure that he's okay. Oh my God. And then August, our French chef vampire, oh my God, he is my favorite, and so is Ezra, who is the Invisible Man, who I think is about to get a little less invisible soon. Oh, they are my two favorites. Ezra and August, the Vampire and the Invisible Men, are my favorite. Oh my god, so much. If you're at all hesitant to read this because you're like, monsters, or you're like reverse harem, please just give it a shot, because like, I, for the longest time, haven't been sure if, like, reverse harems are for me, because I love poly, I love MMF, or, like, anything like that, like, those things I like, but reverse harems have always been very hit or miss for me, and this one is definitely a hit. This is definitely doing it in the way that, like, I like. Like, I like this type of reverse harem, where, like, there are, like, relationships going with the guys that they all have, like, their own different, like, some of them like each other, some of them don't, like, there's still some tensions between the men, but they all, like, love her, they all care for her, and like, this is like, oh my god, yes. Oh my god, I'm so glad I picked this up. Okay, I'm gonna get back to reading it. Bye. Okay, so I finished Lady of Rooksgrave Manor, and I loved it so freaking much. It's not even funny, but I'm about to do something that I am going to regret. And why am I going to regret it? Well, very simply because I'm reading this. Now, I forget who it was. Someone posted on Instagram, I think it was Christy, who, by the way, if you don't follow her on Instagram, you're missing out. She posted, a couple days ago, this jack-o'-lantern romance, and I was like, this looks ridiculous. And I was like, I don't think I'd ever want to read this. It's like 50 pages. But I mentioned it to my co-workers, and my co-workers were like, yeah, it's Christy reads a lot. She's the one who did it. And, my co-workers were like, oh my god, please read it and let us know. And so I'm like, you know what? Part of the bingo board is read in one sitting, and I haven't really read anything in one sitting yet. So I think I'm going to read this right now. It's like 6:15 p.m. so I'm going to read this and then make dinner. So I'm terrified. It's about a woman. She's like 37 years old. She makes like a ritual, or like does something on Halloween night and accidentally summons a jack-o'-lantern man. Here we go, jack-o'-lantern smut. Jack-o'-lantern smut.
12 seconds later.
I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how to address this with you guys. So I'm 36% in. She has summoned the pumpkin. And let me explain to you some things about his appendage. His appendage is orange. It is shaped like an arrow, like an arrow, and it tastes like Halloween. Now, if you're wondering, what does Halloween taste like? Apparently it tastes like pumpkin spice syrup, only with a sharper tang, more ginger, less sweetness. And it is, and it's almost as long as her forearm. Oh, this is priceless. But the good thing is, this lady who summoned him, she's a witch, which means that on my bingo board, this will now cross off a supernatural main character, because witches are supernatural. So, you know what? At least I got something else positive out of this. This is so freaking weird, dudes. This is so freaking weird. So, I will never get those 30 minutes back, ever. And I will no longer look at organic pumpkin spice syrup the same way ever again. Because the way that this ends, which I'm going to spoil, is that he says that the only way he can stay in her life is if he, breeds with her and injects her with his fertile seed. And she's like, yep, bruh, let's do this. Let's have a baby pumpkin child together. So that happens. And then in the epilogue, she lives on a farm with him and she sells organic pumpkin spice syrup for money. And if you're wondering how she makes that pumpkin spice syrup, it is his juices. She sells his juices. That is the worst thing I've ever read. So that's done. I'm going to go cleanse my mind. I think I need to take a break because I am mildly traumatized. And everyone owes me because I read that, and I mildly regret it. So I'm gonna go and I'll catch you guys up later. Hello. Okay, so it is, I don't even know what time it is. 10 o'clock. So I am reading, well, it started off really well, then it got a little weird really quickly, but now it's back to being really good. The Wolf's Arranged Marriage by I don't know who, but I am 46% in currently, and I'm really enjoying it. I was like, shit, I need to shift a romance, and I honestly did not want to read the one I originally had on my TBR for this. So after I made dinner, I was just like on Amazon randomly looking up shifter romances, and after like a couple pages I came across this one and I was like, well, it sounds good enough, let's give it a shot. Plus I love arranged marriages, and it's actually really good. And it's really addictive. I don't know what I've gotten myself into, but this is really good shit. It's about this girl, and she is trying to become the alpha of her pack because her grandfather was the last alpha, but he didn't like put any lines of succession in place. So when he died, no one knew like who was going to take over, and so these like rough and tough awful people who were in her pack decided to take over instead and almost killed her in the process as she was trying to like assert herself. So she then like fled and has like been away for years. But now that she's found out that the people who like, you know, forcibly took control are dead, she's like, okay, now's my chance to finally go back and be the alpha. Like, I survived almost dying for a reason. This is my second chance. And in order for her to take over her wolf pack, she needs to like reassert her territory, which is next door to the Panther Pride. So she goes to the lady who's like the head of the Panther Pride, the alpha there, because the Panthers are matriarchal, which is cool. So she goes to that lady, and the lady's like, okay, I will, you know, bring back the treaty that your grandfather and I had, but you know, that treaty was made with the promise of an arranged marriage, so if you want this to be put in place, you have to marry my son. And she's like, okay, fine, like whatever, I don't care, like I just need to like I need to do this for my pack, like I need to show that I can do this. And then you have the son of the Panther Pride lady, and he has like been enjoying his life. He is, you know, a very successful like restaurant owner, has like a very fancy restaurant with his friend who's also in the Panther Pride. And obviously his mum has a lot of power over him because A, she's his mum, and B, she's also the alpha of the pride, and C, it's matriarchal, so the guys don't have any power in it. So she's like, you have to go do this, you have to go, you know, be the bride to this woman because I want you to spy on her and let me know what's going on, and basically like make sure this doesn't work out for her so that she ends up falling into ruin, and then I can take over that territory. So, you know, it's their arranged marriage, it's their kind of agreement, and them kind of not really knowing how to like deal with the other person. And it's been so much fun. They are hilarious together because she doesn't really know how to act like an alpha, and he's so used to like women being awful people because of the Panther Pride. And so it's just like hilarious seeing them skirting around each other and trying to figure one another out, and I'm so here for it. It has been a wild ride and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna keep on going with it, keep on seeing what it's like, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, bye. Hey, okay, so I just finished the Shifter Romance. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I loved it. It was so much fun. Definitely want to continue with the series eventually. Obviously not right now because, you know, I got other stuff to read. But yeah, definitely loved it. I wish it was actually longer because it's like only 100 something pages, and the author has like a pretty good writing style. Like all she seems to write are like these really short ones. Like she's got like other Shifter series that she writes as well that I'll definitely check out eventually. But I'm about to pick up, oh, here it is. Here's Human Nanny. This is my alien romance. It's part of the Monsters Love Curvy Girls series by Michele Mills. Now this is about a human, and she is sent to be a nanny for this alien who has 2 babies, so he needs someone to look after them. And all I know is that he is a red alien with horns, a barbed tail, a weird tongue, a weird peen, and he breathes fire. Kind of sounds like Lucifer but in alien form, which is slightly terrifying, so I have no idea what I'm going to think of this. But Avery from Ava Reads Romance said that it is quite hilarious and cute, so we'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know. Hello. Okay, so it is Sunday night. I ended up finishing his Human Nanny, and I loved it. It ended up being really cute and really adorable. I actually think I prefer it to Ice Planet Barbarians, maybe just because it's not like so focused on like yeah, the guy is the same. Like, I feel like with all alien romances, the aliens, like, POV is always like, I want to be with her. I want to, like, this fragile human. I want to, like, insert my, like, you know what I'm saying? But this one was definitely more slow burn, more drawn out, because, like, the way that this, like, alien race works is that, like, if they're bound to someone, they can't, like, be with anyone else. It's, like, this whole proprietary thing. So I really loved it. There was such a cute romance. It was like slow burn throughout the two of them. They were both like aching for one another. I loved like the whole baby aspect of it and how she was like fawning over these children too, and just like he was like this billionaire like alien, but he hates people. He hates interacting with people. He just likes to be like a complete like recluse, and so she's like, I don't understand this man at all. And I just loved them. It was so adorable and I thought it was great, and I think this is actually a really great alien romance to start with, in my opinion. Like, yeah, ɪṛsᴛᴏᴅ Barbarians is great, but it is a bit more full force in the whole idea of like, you know, this idea of like, you know, imprinting and having a mate and like being like totally like sex obsessed. Like, I mean, very early on shit starts happening in ɪṛsᴛᴏᴅ Barbarians, but this one is like way more drawn out. So I think this would actually be a lot better for people to start with, and also the writing is a lot better off the bat. I'm also going to be ending my entire vlog here, so I'm gonna quickly go over my bingo board just to kind of let you guys know what is going on. I have been updating throughout the week on Instagram in my IG stories, so I'm gonna quickly check that so I can remind myself. So for Dark, Enemies or Rivals, and 2021 release, I did There Are No Saints. And then for Paranormal, Red in One Sitting, and Supernatural Main Character, I did Jack. For Takes Place on Halloween and New to Your Author, I did The Dare by Harley Laroux. For Novella and Taboo, I did The Reaper Incarnate. For Reverse Harem, Monster, Red on the Cover, and Vampire, I did Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. For Aliens, I did His Human Nanny, and then for Shifter, I did The Wolf's Arranged Marriage. So that's how I did all of them. Definitely out of all these, like, okay, we obviously know I love Sophie Lark. That's like the best book I've read this week. That on par with Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. I gave both of them 4.5, almost 5 stars in my opinion. They were like the best ones I've read this week. Jack, I am not rating because I am literally traumatized by that book. The Reaper Incarnate, I'm giving 2 stars. The Wolf's Arranged Marriage is a 4-star, and His Human Nanny is also a 4-star. So, solid week apart from Jack, which, you know, was a choice, but I'm glad I got to read that for you, and I really freaking hope you guys appreciate that. Please comment a pumpkin emoji if you appreciate me reading that for you. And yeah, that's it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that button down below. If you want to see more of me, please go to my channel, and until next time, thanks a bunch everyone. Bye bye.